So anybody who mows can tell you that early spring is some of the toughest cutting conditions there can be. The grass is really thick and green and lush after its winter dormancy period, and you have a lot of moisture to contend with. And that's the conditions that we're dealing with here today. So we're gonna actually put this finish cut 30-inch through its paces in these conditions. But first, before we do that, let's walk around this machine. We'll do some features and benefits. Then we'll jump to how you adjust it and actually use it, right? And then you're gonna get some footage of us actually cutting, discharging. This mower is capable of 3 things. It's capable of bagging, discharging, and mulching. Gonna try it all out today. All right, so down here with a ground level view of this finish cut mower. And we wanted to start out by saying that this is a mower that KPM and Skag customers have been asking about for years and years and years. And actually the reason why Skag delayed on making it is because Skag will never make a machine that's just run-of-the-mill or ordinary. It has to be something that they can make that's of the highest quality. And so while we knew that we really wanted a 30-inch from Skag, they really put it through its paces and spent time in the R&D lab. What that means is this machine was built from the ground up. It's not built on another machine's platform, or they purchased it from someone else, or they got the design from someone else. 100% Skag ingenuity in this machine. While we're down here at this level, I also want to point out the metal that's used to make this machine, okay? This is military grade steel. And Skag's parent company, Metalcraft of Mayville, is a metal fabrication business. So they know metal like the back of their hands. And they bring in this unfinished metal, unfinished steel, and it becomes a finished product like this Skag finish cut, okay? So they know their stuff, and this mower here, 14 gauge steel on the top. You've got some reinforcement on this trim side where it's gonna be banging into stuff. This is a beefy mower, okay? And this is gonna be built Skag tough. The next thing I wanna point out about this machine is the engine that Skag chose to power it. This is a Kohler Command Pro engine, and it's the CV224 model. Now the reason why that's important is competition also uses a Kohler engine, but it's the step down from the 224. Also, competition uses a Kawasaki engine. And what you're gonna find is, while Kohler doesn't actually post horsepower stats, they do post torque. And this engine, compared to the Kohler and the Kawasaki competition, is actually 2 foot-pounds of torque more. Now, landscapers should understand that that's gonna be a big deal, 2 foot-pounds on a mower of this size. So there's 2 more features that I really want to dig into. Certainly this mower has a lot of stats that we could throw at you, but there's 2 more features in particular that I really want to point out on this machine. The first is the deck, the cutter deck. The way that Skag designed this machine is in an offset configuration. Now, competition mowers have what's called a timed configuration, and timed decks are tough to change the belt and tricky. On an offset deck, you could, in a matter of minutes, you can be changing the belt, which is underneath this belt cover right here, and back up and running in no time. So that's a really neat feature about this machine. Obviously, now you've got 2 blades under there spinning at the same time, but it's non-timed configuration. Okay, and the other thing about kind of the machine here while we're talking about it is the height of cut adjustment, which is super unique. Skag decided to go with a rider style height of cut adjustment. And what that means is you basically just have to slide this forward and you can drop that pin in, and it's just like if you were on a turf tiger or a cheetah. It's a pretty neat feature, and certainly a lot easier than the competition where you're messing with wheels and adjusting heights independently. You know, one on the fly adjustment and you've adjusted your height. All right, so we're up here at the operator station, and just point out a couple of features up here as well. So you've got your blade control, and you've got your speed control here. You've got throttle, which is important because remember, this is the throttle and the choke. You're not down there at the engine messing around with it when you're trying to get it started. It's choked. Now if I want to start it, do I have to go down to the engine to pull it? No, I don't. My pull starts right here as well. So everything is built right into this operator station to make it easy. Comes standard with an hour meter from Skag, which is a nice little feature. And also in these oversized handlebars, you can see that they've routed all of the cables inside. Less opportunity for those to get caught on something while you're working with the mower. One more thing that I should say, because we're going to jump into the actual operation of the mower next. This is actually an older prototype unit. It's not a full production unit. So some of these features might be tweaked just a little bit, but this is pretty much what you're gonna get. So if you have questions, shoot them over. We love to talk about this stuff. We're the SCAG experts in the Northeast, and we'd love to hear from you.